very good afternoon to all our viewers on Instagram Live. Welcome to Sports Talk with me, Grootboom. Now, the aim of the show is to connect with all our current and past Penryn scholars, as well as our coaches who are contributing a lot to Penryn Sport. So over the next few weeks, I'll be interviewing my guests, and we're going to have fun. The first guest on the show is a very talented young man who has contributed a lot to Penryn Sport for the past 7 years. And he's in his matric year. Jason Taylor, welcome to the show. How are you doing? And what have you been up to during this lockdown?
Yes, sir. How are you? Been trying to get through matric work. It's been, all matrics, I tell you, it's not been easy. But other than that, it's been all right.
All right. Okay, so Jason, I know you, of course, as being a very talented sportsman. I just want to go back now in your early childhood. Okay, that's if you remember. All right. Now tell me, how and when did you develop the love for sport? Can you remember? Can you tell us?
Well, when I was still a child, when I was before I remember, I only have pictures and being told. I wouldn't have a teddy bear or a blanket or something to drag around. I would go around with my plastic cricket bat and lie there holding it, walk around with it everywhere. And I even hold it while I slept. And from then it was just sports. That's all I did. I didn't want to play with toys on the side in the morning, and I wanted to watch cricket in the morning. But I think it took off when I reached White River Primary, and I could play team sports with other people. That's where it really came out as I love sports. So yeah.
Okay. No, that's good to hear, because I think it would be the same for anyone else that started sport at such an early age. So now let's talk about your prep years. As a youngster in prep, and also say when you got to grade 8, what goals did you set for yourselves? Because you would have known now, this is the sport I love, or so many sports since you're an all-rounder. What goals did you set yourself? What did you want to achieve, and have you been successful in achieving those to date?
Well, my grade 8 year, I think my main goal was to move out of the flank position in rugby and just lose a bit of the weight, mainly. But in prep it was just beat the other team on the sports field and represent Mpumalanga, take my game to a new level, be known for my sports. And I think the main goal was just to enjoy it at Penryn, enjoy playing with my friends, play sports.
Okay. And then would you say, of course, now you've achieved those goals to date?
I would like to believe that I have achieved my sports goals of enjoying the sports at Penryn and representing on a new level. And it was. I really do believe I achieved the goal I set out.
Okay, that's cool. Now, tell us about all the opportunities that you've been blessed with here at Penryn. I know you've gone on many tours. So tell us which opportunities you can remember, and just go through that with us, please.
I got to, when I came from White River Primary wasn't big on sports tours. It's not really a school that goes on tours. And I came to a school where you tour. You go play against big schools in other provinces. You get to experience new things. It was different. It was really nice. It gave me more opportunity to see what it's like in other provinces. Then of course, the provincial, the side of it, that Penryn gave me this drive to be better in sports. And the fact that Penryn is let's say a smaller, more softer type school compared to these other big let's say Afrikaans public schools, you really learn to play as a team. You have to play as a team to beat someone. Otherwise, you wouldn't win. And the opportunities from the provincial standpoint, there's just I got my first ever provincial rugby from Penryn. That's the first rugby through Penryn. It was amazing.
Okay, and then I know you and another Jason went to Ireland. You got to tour internationally, and I mean Penryn has put you in that level, but you've worked hard for yourselves. Please, would you share the experience that you had in Ireland?
But Jason can justify, I think that's the word for it, but it was just ice cold in Ireland. Never thought a place could get that cold, especially from Lowfold, White River, where it's warm. 15 degrees is cold. Then you go to Ireland, 15 degrees is their warm days. That's when they wear their swimming costumes, and it was amazing to see the different styles of rugbies in different countries. Ireland is just a lot more loose play. They're not really as physical as South Africans. We run. We tough. We are bigger. We are tough. The reason we won the World Cup, and it was amazing to be able to play with people all across the country. Got people from Free State, people from Bloem, Western Cape. There's people from everywhere playing in our team, and you got to see what they brought from what they learned in their province, and
Okay. Now, you are in so many first teams, and I'll get to that as well a bit later. I just want to find out, how does it feel like to represent Penryn first teams? What does it do to you?
As probably all of Penryn people who played in first team would say, is that first time wearing the jersey, it's special. You finally got from, let's say, under 15 hockey match or your under 16 rugby match where everyone was watching the first team and no one was watching your game, and next thing you're to a first team and everyone wants to come watch you play, and you play on a higher level. The whole team, there's no people that didn't really mind. They just play the sport to play it. In first team, they're all there to play. They all want to play it, and it just ups the level amazingly. That first and last time is something. You remember it.
All right. Now, being in the first team, of course, there are players or scholars that are in the under 16 team and want to, for next year, be in the first team. What advice can you give them to achieve that?
If it comes to the sport you love, it's just, you got to put in the time. I know those days when you go to the rugby field and it's hot. It's really hot down there, and it's dry. Penryn fields are sand, and you show up there, you're there. Even though you have the science test the next day or 3 tests the next day, you show up, you got practice, you're in the team, you work to it, and coaches notice it. Coaches notice when you put in the effort, and they always reward the effort. And it's all in the mindset, it's all in the attitude about being there. It's not you deserve to be there. It's you get the opportunity to be there, and so make the most of it, and then you enjoy it. It's something to remember.
Okay. No, that's beautiful, Jason. All right. I just want to now ask you a question. When it's a first team match against whichever school, and the team is not doing well. They're not doing well. What do you do or say, Jason, in order to just motivate the boys?
It's a difficult one, because you must read the situation in your team. You can't there's no single phrase, single speech you can say that'll work every time. It's the fact that sometimes people they don't want to be told this and this, or they just want to play, and you just got to sometimes keep quiet. Sometimes you got to hold them out, let them work out. Sometimes you have to, no matter what, you have to grab them and tell them, just listen here, stop what you're doing. You need to focus now. You have to get them back in the game, and sometimes it's just you have to let them be themselves. Then they know if they're doing it wrong. Especially they know when they're doing wrong, and then they sometimes just want to get over it and work through it. And telling them they're doing it wrong doesn't always help.
Yeah. So when it happens to you, so let's say that doing it wrong and that's you. How do you handle it? How do you sort of motivate yourself?
If I had to be honest, I'm not the best at handling it when I'm doing it wrong. It's not an easy thing to admit, is when like it's not working for me, and then I always try. And what happens is it gets to a stage where I just have to stop, take a step back. I have to look. I have to realize, listen, I'm done messing around. I need to give it to someone. I get past the ball earlier. Just get it. Let the other person who's playing all do his part. And it's a part of. It's step back from looking at how I'm playing as a person.
Yes.
And focus more on how the team plays and how we're going to pick the team back up to play their best.
Oh, okay. Now, it's been a difficult year, and I know you've been waiting for this question. 2020 has been tough on everyone, and especially for you guys, because we've had to cancel sport. I can only imagine what you're going through, but how have you been dealing with all the cancellations of derbies, especially the Uplands derby? How have you been able to deal with that?
Yeah, it's a difficult one, it being our last derby and not being able to play it. Especially when your matric group as a group got more excited for the year. Our entire group was really wanting to do something this year, and especially at the derby. And it must also be difficult for the grade 8s not having their first derby. Only, especially the prep kids who saw the derby and they're like, I can't wait to enjoy it. And
yes,
I think the main thing is you gotta switch your focus. You gotta realize you can't really do anything about it. You gotta focus on your schoolwork. You gotta get through it. You gotta focus on the stuff you have to do before you start sulking about things that you can't change.
So the importance of staying positive in this difficult time is very important, eh?
It's really important to realize that everyone's suffering, everyone's struggling. It's no point everyone being upset, because nothing's going to change just by being upset. We got to change our outlook, focus on the positives in life. And yeah, I know it's difficult to always be positive. Sometimes it's even for me. Sometimes you just don't want to be positive. You just have those moments, but you must try not to show that in front of other people. Be positive. You must try be a model for other people. They must see, because some people can lean on other person's positivity. They'll be like, oh, okay, no, if we can do it. He can see, he believes, so we can listen. One of those.
Right, so you say you've been focusing on your schoolwork during this time, and then in terms of now, keeping fit, have you been doing that at home? Huh?
Well, it started out with a quick open the gate, you have to run with some 20 rand in your pocket, and if someone asks you, like, no, I'm going to the shop. But yeah, it's been difficult to get as much exercise, especially as a person who does sports. Second term would be like 6 days a week. It would be a lot of running. Now it's cut down to like a 20-30 minute run a day, and whereas I would normally have an hour and a half, 2 hours a day. But yeah, it's just it's how badly you want it as a person, how badly you want to stay fit, how badly you want to keep on going with this. It'll drive you. You'll make a plan.
I like the positive attitude, Jason, because there are people that are struggling. A lot of sportsmen at this time. Now you've got a younger brother, and I'm sure it doesn't get boring at home because both of you are athletes. And I know when it comes to cricket, you might have been maybe playing some backyard cricket. Has that been happening?
Me and my dad put up a basketball hoop this last year. And we've started to think, yes, NBA is a huge career choice
in the low felt.
And mostly been mostly been basketball, and then
Okay. All right. Jason, I just want you now to think carefully. You've been here for 7 years, and I just want to find out from you, what are your name two of your most memorable moments when it comes to Penryn Sport, and tell me why.
Well, the one would be grade 9 sevens on Mpumalanga champs, Peter Tiff, and it's my first sevens match is in the sevens is there by Peter Tiff, and we had Gerard Khreling. Remember?
Oh, I remember him, Gerard.
Josh Price. We had Ethan. We had most people were there that tournament, and as you can tell, we had some burners on our team with Josh Price, Gerard Khreling, and Ethan. And I remember playing a game where, for some reason, Ethan had the ball this side from a ruck. He was about to get the ball. And Gerard Khreling and Josh Price were that side on the edge. And not like distance. They were both standing right next to each other on the outline. And I remember thinking, what are these? And I hear Gerard, kick. And I remember, I used to think this is not going to end well. It's like late in the second half, and Ethan scored. He kicked the ball straight across the field, and out of nowhere, Gerard Khreling decides, no, let's use this Afrikaans jeans and sprint, and he just took off compared to Josh Price, compared to everyone, and catches this ball on the line, like in the air, just catches like this at the halfway line and sprints past an entire sevens rugby team for a try. And we all standing, no one chased, we all got, and we all Gerard, why haven't you been running like this the whole game? What happened? And that happened, and it was seeing as we were losing the game, it was one of those moments that you just laughed and you just enjoyed the game that much more. Seeing Gerard Khreling out-sprint your team into the corner.
Yeah.
One of the most gripping, moments was Uplands. I don't know if it's grade 8, grade 9. Mm-hmm. Uplands Derby hockey. We're playing on the Astro, and Uplands. Let's face Uplands had a better hockey team than us on paper. Like, if you had to look at the names, they just had a better hockey team. But Penryn always pulls through in the derbies. We always show up. No matter if your team loses every game at the year, you pull up to derby end of the game and you want to play. And I remember it was early, and we just scored a breakaway goal. Like, instantly, we were like, oh, okay, we're on top. We can do this. And it went on for the whole first half, I think. We were up, and then second half came and they equalized, and we were like, this is where it happened. Then a miracle, somehow I don't even know how we scored the second goal. All I remember thinking is the ball went in. It went in, and we were like, we're winning again. And near the end of the game, we can do this. We can win. And I think five minutes before the end of the game, Uplands. I don't know. I can't remember who scored. They just some slow speed. No one knew how it went in, but it went in, and it was equalized. And we were all thinking, "Nah, this is dangerous. This is the time we got to focus now." And we pushed, and we had so many chances that last quarter until like last minute they got a shorty. We were standing there, and we were all standing at post, and we were all thinking, listen, we got to keep this ball out. That's all you have to do is keep it out. And the shorty got pushed, we all ran out. We all thought, okay, no, our first wave runners next day. I don't remember who it was, but they were fast. They were there quick, and you're like, yo, we, and they slapped it to near post. And last minute, the deflection came in. It went in, and we were all done. We were all like, it's one of those moments where you just stop and you're like, it's
unbelievable.
Yeah, it was literally written. Like, if you had to write an exciting game to start before the first team game, it would be that one. And that was a memorable one, seeing as we were leading most of the game, and it happened. And you just remember it. And I remember the best part was we still had Dylan van Wersel or something, and we stood up at centre back, and we looked at each other, and we were like, hey, at least we did our best. And the team, they were upset, but you could see they knew they put in the effort.
Everything.
They weren't upset with how they played, and we were all walked off, lost the game, but walked off, and you all felt like this was the best game we've played this entire season. We had so much fun, and it was nice to see how the game. No one was sulking, no one was upset about like losing. We were just just amazed how it went out. Third clutch.
Okay. All right. Tell me, which coach or coaches, have really helped you to get where you are now, and just explain the role they played, in you being where you are.
I feel like this is a trick question. Yeah. It would be probably. There's a few that really stood out. There's been grade 8. We learned. You showed up with your cricket and your enthusiasm for sports, and excited to play, and it really spread to our team, and we all got excited. Never played cricket and had like that much fun thinking on a cricket field, thinking, this is fun, and that was nice. And no one can forget Coach Eric Grimaldi, mentioned himself. That's just tours with him were the best. Never forget. Was it? Yeah, the Northwood, where you would toss to cricket to bat or ball, and Ethan would come do the toss, and you'd go, okay, you can call tails. So then Ethan calls tails, he flips it, and before it as it lands, he picks up, he goes, oh, it's tails, and then he leaves. He doesn't. I see, just tails. Ethan go choose. And moments like that. We had what's her name? Of course, Mr. Swart with his rugby, his passion for the sport. He's just. I've never seen a guy who goes to go coach at Craven Week provincial level, and you see the players he coaches and the people and how much they want to play rugby, and he gets to coach these talented people, and he comes back to Penryn and he has the exact same enthusiasm, even though there'll be, let's say, 3-4 people who don't really care. They're just there to play, and he still pushes, even though he's still positive, and even though it's like it's difficult even as a player sometimes to motivate people, he does it. And the way he backs, if he believes in you, he backs you at this provincial level. He can make sure they don't overlook Penryn scholars just because they're from Penryn. He stands up for them, and I don't know.
All right. Now, as an all-rounder at the school, I know you play no less than 5 sports. Of those, which are your top 3?
Obviously, first is rugby. It's such a team sport. You can't win a rugby game with only one good player. It doesn't work. You need to play as a team. And it's just the excitement. The crowd, the first team rugby match, the crowds that get there, and the chants. There's people you don't even know like sports. Some people you've never even seen in school before. They show up to sports, and you're like, it's their support, and it's that vibe around it. Hockey, just for the the joy, the fun you can have on the field. Those who played first team with me, Khopoto and Ethan, they would know it's fun on the field. We all have fun. It's serious. You have serious moments. You have to be serious, but it's all about enjoying the sport. It's about having fun, and the vibe around the night games and hockey is just that's amazing. But sport. Yeah, I'd have to go with. I don't know. Soccer and cricket are contending. But I don't know who to choose, because cricket had moments where you can't forget. Like, you had moments with the team and the fun, and hockey, soccer, you had the only me and Ethan being the only other players in the team that they got often like had those moments where they just looked and the other teams would be shocked when they see you, and they're like, oh, and you like bigger than everyone, and then they're like, why is this guy playing soccer here? What's happening? And I don't really have a third. They tied there with cricket and soccer.
Okay. Now, if you're involved in so many sports, of course now your week or your daily routines are hectic. And I know there are some youngsters that are looking at playing all sports. They look up to you. How do you balance your schoolwork and still attend sort of 5 to 6 days of sport? How do you do it?
It's mostly willpower. You gotta get it done. I do sport because I enjoy it. I don't do it because I want to play a first. I do it because I enjoy the sport, and it makes me feel. It makes me happier. Like, it lifts my mood. And for some reason, even though I'm physically like tired sometimes in the end of the second term and stuff, I'm still happier playing that sport and being tired than sitting doing nothing and focusing. And then schoolwork, it's just the thing of you got to do it. You can't just you got to do it. You got to. I know I'm not the best. Teacher will be saying I'm not the best at exactly being quite 100% on time. Might be a little, but that's just bad. That's just me making mistakes. And it's a very nice thing that teachers do realize that you do a lot of sports. They do. They all want to help you, and
Okay. Now tell me, what are your goals when you leave Penryn? What do you want to go do in terms of sport and studies?
I would love to take a career in sports. It'd be very nice to get a chance to do the things you love as a job. Because if you do something you love as a job, it's not a job. It's you're being paid for fun. And after school, with this whole corona thing, it's putting a dampen on the idea of playing sports in Europe, especially rugby in France and stuff, seeing as they're not gonna open the borders or whatever. But it's just do what I want to do, not get forced into studying something I don't want to study and end up having a career I don't want. It's more of doing what I want to do and enjoying the year. Go maybe study and play sports there, play varsity. Lots of people notice varsity cup and stuff. And
Okay. Now, just in closing, Jason, I'd like you to send a message to all the youngsters that look up to you. What can you tell them? How can you motivate them to achieve their goals here at Penryn?
I would say it's good. It's good for life to have role models. It's needed as a person. You need to have a role model, a person that you look up to. But I would say a lot of times you hear people striving and they say they want to be that guy, and it's a thing of you mustn't strive to be your role model. You must strive to be considered when people talk about you in the same bracket as your role model. You want to be known and talked about in the same level, and not necessarily as that guy, because it doesn't work trying to be a person. You have to be yourself, and it's possible. I want to say when it's possible to do what you want to do and everything else. It might be difficult. This idea that life will be easy, it's not true. It's difficult, and if you want it, you can do it. It's not impossible. It's not impossible. You can really, let's say you want to go play water polo for South Africa, you can. If you really want to, you can. It's nothing. Might be difficult, but you really can, and you just got to keep on doing what you love. Like, if you love it, it comes like me with 6 days of sports a week. I love it. It doesn't come as a burden to me. It doesn't come as, I have 6 days or so. It comes as, I could actually sometimes push a 7th day with club hockey or something. It's something I enjoy, and then it just makes it easier. So you gotta like just follow what you want to do, you love, and then it really becomes easier if you're doing it because you love it.
Sure. That's powerful, Jason. Talking about role models, who is your role model?
It's difficult to pick because there's a lot of people who I look up to in different aspects of life, where you have different role models for different, because they might, let's say you look up for Michael Jordan in his career of sports, but his career with friendliness and joy with he's a very competitive person, and it's difficult to, but you got to look up at people like your, it's going to sound a little like cliche, but you got to look at people like your Kobe Bryants and stuff who in his sports career, because I used to follow basketball and I followed him before this whole burst of fans out of nowhere, because his mentality of you got to get this done, you got to work, you got to finish this now. That's probably the main thing of his most dangerous moments was in the closing moments of a game, because his mentality to be like, I will take this and I will do it, like his belief that he can strive to do it. It's really something to admire. You gotta look up at stuff like that. Then you gotta look up at people like I follow American sports, so you gotta look at people like Oscar Robertson, the baseball player who got a whole lot of hate because he was a black guy in the first one of them, and he would still play. He would push aside what they're doing because he wants to do it, and the fact that it bothered him. He said like it bothered him, but he's still the focus on doing what you love, no matter what people say. That's just a very powerful thing. Very powerful thing.
Oh, that's beautiful, Jason. Well, thank you so much, Jason, for joining me on Sports Talk Live. And thank you for your contribution to Penryn Sport. And yeah, I just want to wish you a blessed weekend. And yeah, go back, do your schoolwork, exercise, and yeah, and thank you for joining me. And yeah, you are an inspiration to the youngsters.
Thank you, sir. Hope you enjoy your weekend. Thank you for having me on the show.
Thank you, Jason.
See you soon, hopefully.
Yeah. Okay. Cheers, boy. And to all our viewers on Instagram Live, yeah, please leave your comments after the show. And yeah, thank you for tuning in to Sports Talk Live with me, Grootboom. Join us live again next week. Next week we've got 2 shows for you. One on Wednesday. I'll share my guest during the course of the week on Wednesday at 5 o'clock, and then on Saturday at 12. Thank you so much. Remember, Jesus loves you. Have a blessed weekend.
Yeah.